Hi, how you doing? My name's Greg. I live in this here 1996 Dodge Ram van. It's a 2500, and I've been living in it since 2020, July, the summer of. And I welcome you if you're a first-time viewer, a second-time viewer, a casual watcher, or you're one of those crazy people who've watched all 148 some videos I've put out in this van life world already. Well, thank you and welcome back, because today is another day, just another fun time here living in my van, my studio apartment on wheels. Meals on wheels? Meals on wheels? I don't know. I put my hat on backwards and I completely started going sideways in the brainscape. What's happening today? No clue. I never know. Nothing really planned. I think what I want to do is to wet my whistle a little bit, so I'm gonna make that happen.
Hi, what can I get for you?
Hi, I would like a large Coca-Cola, that's all.
When do I get the first one now?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, that's so good. I know what you're saying, Greg. Oh, McDonald's is so bad for you. Oh, they're so bad. They do all this bad stuff. They're evil corporation. Guess what? Ha! All corporations are evil. This is the world we live in. And I like me some Coca-Cola, ice cold, and they sell them for $1 for the large variety. Every once in a while, I pop in there and get me a little Coca-Cola for $1. And you know what else? Not everything in life is safe. You can't live life just on being safe. Sure, McDonald's might not be the safest thing to eat. Coca-Cola might not be the safest thing to drink. You know what else isn't safe, kids? Driving without your seatbelt on. That's definitely not safe. And, you know what? Buckle up and get ready. Life is very unsafe, so you better be careful what you do out there. I texted my friend Darren, said what's doing on a day like today. He said absolutely nothing, come on by, so that's what I'm doing. Hi, how's it going? Hey, Rudy, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Rudy? Rudy. Ah, it's motorcycle afternoon over here outside of Darren's house. They keep driving by. The dog didn't bark at that one. Pretty amazing. Got a cool little story to share. Darren was telling me the other day, maybe a week ago or so, transformer right over here, over the street, a power transformer blew out, and they were without power here, the whole neighborhood, for somewhere around like 3 hours or more. And what did he do? Well, while everyone else was suffering without power, he ran out there and got the battery unit that he uses for his van. I believe it's the Ecoflow, it's the 600. And he said he was able to power, you know, a lamp, of course, but he powered his television, his direct TV, a power bar, of course, a light, and he said he was sitting there for 3 hours just watching Netflix and direct TV like nothing doing, nobody's business. He said he kind of felt like just opening the window and letting everybody see, but then they might think he was secretly wired into the grid somehow. I'm not sure if that's a real thing, Darren, that people do, but Actually, they probably do. He probably knows somebody that does that. Thought that was pretty neat. So these battery systems like the Jackeries, the Ecoflow, got me thinking, you know, they are a great addition to anybody's van, RV, boat, even truck or car, what have you. But I think even, especially the higher powered ones, they'd be a great addition to somebody's house in lieu, in the stead, and or with, in variety or combination with, an actual backup generator. And you don't need to have gas to run it as long as the thing's powered up and ready to go. And Darren even mentioned if the thing starts to drain down too much, you just bring it out to your van, plug it into the 12-volt cigarette lighter, crank up your van, and now you're powering that up too. And you could use that in a sense to power things directly from your van if you wanted to. And as I mentioned in a past video van tour of Darren's cool moto van build, is that with that Ecoflow battery system, it comes with an app that you can connect to it, and you can double the output capacity of that, thereby powering a small refrigerator easily, a microwave, a decent power microwave. You could power off there a blender, you know, make some margaritas when you're out at the vehicular recreation area, grinding those mountains with your buddies. Anyways, cool little thought, you know. These battery systems are great for anybody, everybody, you, your friend, your neighbor, your most hated enemy, or your most loved and revered neighbor. So once again, I find myself doing the old cooler maintenance thing, and I know you've heard it before. I'm tired of this drippy mess. Oh, grody. All of this. Actually, cheese floating in water, don't like that. These lasted. Water's still surprisingly cool. And you know, I was just over at Darren's talking about power systems for vans and how awesome they are. These new battery units that they make that are all inclusive. Even the one that Darren has, you can hook it up to solar, which most of them can. And you know, this cooler situation is really a drag. And I know you don't want to hear me complaining about it, going on, droning about it, but the more I have to deal with it, the less I like to, and the more I start thinking about the alternatives, the more I am really leaning toward in my brain making that jump and getting an internal battery system for the van itself. And what kind of battery I use. Do I go lithium ion? Do I just use old car batteries? Not old ones, but new ones, you know, old-fashioned style car batteries. I don't know, to be determined. I could get something like the Ecoflow, like what Darren has over there. Even use something like that. Options are pretty endless, but I'm really leaning toward getting solar on the van when it becomes available to me, in the sense that I can afford it, because I've been living like a lot of people for the last year or so on a very, very fixed income. And while I've been able to make that work and gotten, you know, pretty comfortable with living in that fashion, once I start working full-time again and got a couple of extra dollars floating around, since I don't have rent to pay anymore and most of my bills are paid off, once I get debt-free, well, first order of business, I think, is going to be putting solar on the rooftop, and I got plenty of room for that, as a matter of fact, as you can see. Basically, all I have to do is get 2 more roof racks, just like the ones here, put them here, here, and plenty of room. The question is then, and when that happens, becomes inevitably, well, where do I put the batteries within the van itself? Maybe I could put them down here behind the seat there, or maybe under the bed somewhere. I don't know. That much I haven't figured out yet, but when the time comes, I'm sure I got some clever friends and we'll come up with a really clever solution. Moving on out of here, I gotta still ice up my cooler and put my beverages on ice, put my snacks on ice, dump out this old water because I don't have a refrigerator yet. Still dealing with old-fashioned ice and an igloo cooler. This is the end of my day. The sun's going down behind me. Always seems to set in the west, you know? Every once in a while, wouldn't it be kind of crazy if the sun sat in the east?